Significantly more raining than I was expecting. Well, no, it's not. Just that damn gutter. It makes it sound like psh, psh, psh. It's because it's falling down giant drops of water. Whatever. Morning. I have, whatever. I have lingering cocoa because I made 2 cups of cocoa in my cuplet yesterday. So I have like lingering stale chocolate taste.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. Somebody pulled forward and they were like, whoa, there's people there. And I'm like, yep.
Just because you pulled out from your parking spot doesn't mean you don't have to stop.
Yeah, I've seen that one happen, especially here on the walk back. I was actually way back there, but like someone pulled out here and then pulled through and didn't even stop. Yeah. I mean, I grant you, I was, like I said, way back here, like one of the corners of these buildings in this bush, but it's...
There's a stop sign. It doesn't mean stop if you feel like it.
Oh, God, I got someone mad at me yesterday when I was coming back from Freddy's to get the shredded cheese. And actually coffee. We didn't need it, but it's great to have it. I was pulling into the entrance back down there. And I'm explaining to them that the 2 that go into the parking complex are stop signs coming into the center area. The one coming into the complex is not a stop. So, you know that. I'm explaining to them that, you know, when you're leaving the complex, you have basically 2 stops. I pulled in and was like halfway up the bump, and there were cars just coming from over near the mailbox, pulling right in front of me, not even stopping. There was like 4 of them, and I just kept flashing my lights, and I finally honked, and someone like rolled down their window and said, "Learn to drive, you prick." And I'm like, I go, "There's a stop sign there." I'm like, "Stop signs don't take into account parking lots." And then they drove off. One of the maintenance guys looked at me and just sort of went, whatever. Oh yeah, there's misty stuff showing up on the camera. We'll see you guys up at the platform. Hopefully we'll get time to chat and the train won't come right away.
Hopefully. So,
I figured I'd let Aaron in on this little thing. Someone's talking to me on Grindr that works as, I believe, a janitor at Nike. They consider, I was like, well, what do you do at Nike? And they go, I clean up all their bourgeois filth. Apparently he watches a show called Mr.Robot or mr.robot or something. It's on USA. And from the synopsis,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, from the synopsis and what we recently read about certain things, it's about left-wing extremism.
Oh.
we would just call it a free-thinking hacktivist. But this guy like idolizes the concept of the idea that you can bring down capitalism in the entire world and free the minds of the people. At least the code's faster to punch in now.
Yeah.
And it just the one thing that gets left over there, much better. And the one thing that just gets me, it's like, I didn't realize what left-wing extremism was, and then I read up on it and was like, oh shit, it's basically anarchists. Basically, yeah. They're not exactly anarchists, but they want to just absolutely reduce government to nothing, which you think would be conservative, but
yeah,
they want to destroy capitalism. They basically want to. It's nuts. And this guy is going to bring down capitalism, and I'm like, so what's your plan? And I'm doing that weird like motivation talking to him.
Yeah, fuzz.
I have that motivation talking to him, but in a way, it's almost trolling. Because it's sort of like...
In a way, almost. Yeah, right.
Anything more you want to say?
No! That's why I said go on.
Alright. Now I don't feel like that what I had was... Because it's not that serious. I was trying to say something funny, and then you just threw all of the sarcasm out there. And it's just like... Sorry.
I'm sorry that I contributed. I had something to say, so rather than... I went ahead and just said it.
Yes.
Which killed your conversation. Almost like I interrupted you.
No,
it interrupted your train of thought.
It didn't interrupt the train of thought. I'm still thinking about it. I just don't feel that it's worth it because obviously it's full of sarcasm. Like the conversation never really happened. Oh, this train's nice and empty for you. Hi, been a while, well, since the weekend. I mean, we recorded in the house in the weekend. So, I'm gonna open up that conversation so I can just read to you some of the things this guy says. And like, a little crazy. So, one of the things that he just, I mean, sure, if, first of all, when he starts talking about his plans, he starts going into leet speak. He's like, you want to know a secret? I'm always willing to learn information. I'm going to save the world. Well, I'll start with America. I will, insert leet speak here, bring down capitalism. Why did you switch over to leet speak? Because if I were to say it, someone might, and then switches to leet speak immediately, come after me. For what reason? I'm going to destroy greed, ego, poverty by erasing money and debt. I will eradicate it. Okay, who would want to come after you for that? The government. Don't tell anybody. I mean, and I told him apparently freedom of speech is not known to you because you can say all that you want and they can't come after you, especially on Grindr of all things. And there's just a level of paranoia, and I'm not necessarily trying to feed it. I'm trying to. But yeah, so that's when he brought up, you know, watch Mr. Robot. But some of the things, it's just like, I don't know how people like this get formed. I guess is the term. I don't know how they grow. Like a right-wing extremist, I can kind of get how they, you know, do that. It makes a little bit of sense. But like this left-wing, I don't know how they get made. It sounds terrible, but it's like, how does this, wait. Feast of Winterfell begins at noon. Begins in an hour. I have to be at my appointment in an hour. Like the biggest chunk here, it's the blue right here. I'll read it to y'all. That's why I tell my friends that I came low enough to be their friend and they came low enough to be mine. And no, I'm above no one, except for evil. I'm above evil. But if a homeless man who hasn't done anything to the world is scum, well then so am I. I don't know. My brain immediately goes to the fact that he's putting on a major facade. A facade for attention. So, anyways, wow, good. I've been waiting for the camera to like die-ish. It's not really dying, it's down on one blip, but anyways, I am probably just gonna like record a random file to kill the battery or something. And I will chat with you, because it's like, I turn it on and it's at 3 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. It's got 4 bars on here. And now it was at 3 when I started recording, and now it's down at 1. I'm like, the battery didn't die that fast. It's just overestimating the battery. So, anyways, that's that. Sorry for what happened on the platform. I get a little testy in the morning sometimes. We will chat with you guys tomorrow. I will keep you guys up to date about anything that's happening in the world. Other than drama, bad stuff. Well, there's one thing. Anyways, chat with you guys later. Bye.